What's up, guys? This is Zach with Top Deck Nation, coming at you today with a brand new discussion video. While we've slowly been getting leaks of some of the Japanese cards from the upcoming Sun and Moon base set, today the full English set was actually revealed, complete with a whopping 149 new cards. Now, I won't go too in-depth with this video because we still don't know what most of these cards do, but I do want to share my thoughts about some of the cards and what that set means for the future of the card game. The biggest takeaway from looking at this list is that Pokemon EX appear to be dead, simple as that. However, Pokemon has replaced them with something called GXs. These are basically the same as EXs in the sense that they give up 2 price cards and have insane amounts of HP, but can be evolved Pokemon. So think stage 1 and 2s versus Megas. Take the GX starter evolutions like Incineroar, for example, as well as basics like Lapras GX. But what really makes GXs unique is the addition of GX attacks. These are powerful attacks that can only be used once during the game because they would be somewhat broken otherwise. Take Solgalio's Soul Burst GX attack for instance. Being able to attach 5 energy from your deck for a single energy would normally be extremely overpowered if you could use it every turn of the game without any type of drawback. You can tell Pokemon really wants to kick off the beginning of this new GX era because there are 19 total GXs if you count the full arts in the set. Again, we haven't seen them all, so it's hard to know which ones are going to be more competitive than others, but of the ones already revealed, I would say that Lurantis, Lapras, and Solgaleo GX seem to be the best ones. Unfortunately, Solgaleo is a stage 2, meaning that it will require a couple turns of setup using rare candy, but it looks like the format will be slowing down considerably in the next couple years with a possible Sun Moon on rotation, so eventually it might become popular. Besides GXs, it looks like there will be a lot of interesting trainer cards as well, including some reprints of staples that we have grown to know these last few years. Crushing Hammer is here to stay, and I'm guessing Enhanced Hammer will see a reprint later on, so Energy Disruption will continue to be a thing. Cards like Energy Switch and Experience Share will let players manipulate energy and keep it on the board. But there are some notable additions here. Nest Ball is essentially a free search card for basic Pokemon, but you have to put them directly on the bench. While it might seem bad now in a format with Shaymin EX, whose setup ability can only be activated from your hand, keep in mind that Shaymin EX is all but guaranteed to rotate next season, which means that Nest Ball will see a bit more play. Another Pokeball in the set is Timer Ball. If you're familiar with the Dual Ball from the days of Heart Gold Soul Silver, which was one of my favorite sets and got me hooked into the competitive aspect of the game with the famous Mewtwo Celebi Tornadus deck, also known as CMT, then this should look familiar. Because you flip 2 coins, you have a 75% chance or 3 in 4 chance of getting at least one evolution card out. This might end up becoming a go-to card for decks that rely on stage 1 and stage 2s, including GXs that also count as evolved Pokemon. Rotom decks will be a nice addition to decks that rely on what possibly might be prized. For example, Sableye Garbodor decks in Expanded might run several 1 or 2 of cards for certain matchups. Rotom decks would allow them to get those cards back into the deck if they're prized. Big Masalada and Poison Barb are both unknown at this time, but perhaps Big Masalada will heal your Pokemon, while Poison Barb might be a tool card that makes your opponent's Pokemon poisoned if they attack you. In the supporter department, we see 3 cards whose characters come directly from the video games: Professor Kukui, Lily, and Team Skull Grunt. Looking back at the past few years, I think Professor Kukui will likely have the same discard your hand and draw 7 cards effect that Professors Juniper and Sycamore got. Lily is essentially a reprint of Bianca from Black and White, but with an added effect. Being able to draw up to 8 cards versus 6 on your first turn is potentially great for Evolutions decks. This is evident by the use of Tropical Beach in decks like Keldeo Blastoise and Primal Groudon. But some might argue that Professor Sycamore is overall better just because you can burn through more cards. Finally, Team Skull Grunt, much like Team Rocket's handiwork and Team Flare Grunt, provides a bit of disruption to your opponent's hand, discarding 2 of their energy. This might partner well with Serena, whose Queenly Majesty ability lets you discard a card from your opponent's hand when you first evolve it. Note that Serena is a grass type, so you could use De-Evolution Spray and Forest of Giant Plants to use this multiple times in one turn for serious disruption. Overall, I think this set will be a nice change of pace from the explosive EX-heavy format that has existed since the release of Next Destinies in 2012. The inclusion of so many evolution cards is a hint of things to come, and that the game will be slowing down a bit for more balance and possibly more skill-intensive play. This is further evidenced by the fact that a lot of staples we have grown to love, such as N and Lysander, are not present. While the draw support is a bit lacking, I'm sure that we'll see more cards in future expansions that should help fill this void. Let me know in the comments which cards you are most excited to see. As usual, be sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram at Top Deck Nation for the latest updates on the Pokemon TCG. We're also going to be relaunching our website, topdecknation.com, later this month, so check it out for free deck lists, strategy articles, guides, and more. In the meantime, this has been Zach with Top Deck Nation, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.